Today's topic is for class 10 English related to God. I'm just briefing the story, and your work is to go through properly the passage. So, for understanding as well answering the question, it would become very easier to you. In the story, the main character is Lancho. Lancho lived in a village. His small hut was at a place from where he could see all the surroundings as well his own field. He sowed some crops, some corns to have a good harvest, and it needed a good sower. And everyone was talking. Lancho even was thinking about a good sower because to having a good harvest, a sower is needed, a good sower is needed. And one night, a black cloud, a thick black cloud came and started showering. Lancho was in delight, very happy. Not only Lancho but also his family members too, because their hope came as true. And afterward, from the northeast side, a cold wind started blowing, and after some time, hailstones started. He knew all about the destiny, and after when the hailstone stopped, he ran and rushed towards his field, and found everyone was destroyed. He sometime stopped for a while because of knowing what fate would come to his life. The only possession he had was his field, his reaping, sowing crops, sowing corns, and it was totally exhausted. And the field was looking like full of hailstones. He did not have any other way to repay himself. So, without having any other way, he thought to write a letter to God. Only the God could help him. He knew that. He had an immense belief over God. From his belief, the next Sunday, he went to the nearest post office, took a postcard, and started writing a letter to God by saying to pay 100 pesos so that he could help himself. And after writing this, he placed the letter in the proper mailbox. And afterwards, when the postman was sorting the letters, he found the letter. He brought the letter to the postmaster. The postmaster was very religious person, very noble-hearted person. He gone through the letter from up to bottom and came to conclude whatever was writing in the letter. And the postmaster wanted not to destroy Lancho's belief, so that he hit up a plan to help the helpless person, Lancho. He accumulated some paisa, some amount, from his co-workers. Although the amount was half of Lancho's demand, and afterward he again wrote, sorry, the postmaster wrote a letter and put the amount in the envelope and sealed the mouth. Only the thing was written, only the thing the postmaster wrote over the letter was God. And the next Sunday, when Lancho came to the post office, he started finding whether any letter was on his name or not. The postman brought the letter, gave him the letter, and Lancho immediately unsealed the letter and found God had sent some amount. It was of 70 pesos, although something less. But Lancho was depressed, somehow little depressed. Somehow little depression made him like that. And afterward, he again got a letter from the counter and started writing to God by saying to send the rest amount as early as it possible. And by this time, he also demanded not to send the amount through the post, but to send it directly, because all the postmen were found as crook.